It's Lindley Oz, and I have Ronnie McMullen with GetTheTea.com with me tonight. And we always have some very interesting conversations, usually about some political stuff and health. And with everything that has been happening over the last month, I think we have a lot to talk about tonight, including what's going on in Korea with Kim Jong-un. And I always love to say that man's name. I don't know how you say it. Is it Kim Jong-un or I don't know. So we have Kim Jong-un, and we're going to talk about that as well as the threat of civil war in the United States of America. So the threat of Kim Jong-un and civil war. Ronnie, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are civil war probably first, then we'll have an outside field. We'll have North Korea, I don't think has weapon capability to hit the California coast. The only ones that's going to tell us that is our own government, because they want to go to war. And people say, well, let's blow them off the face of the earth because they're bad to their people. And yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. But on the same token, when North Korea attacks us, there will be China right behind. So we cannot take China, even though people think I'm anti-American. We definitely don't have the manpower, and I'm not sure if we have the capabilities. So, and then on top of that, if China jumps in, Russia's going to jump in. So could be ugly. But the first thing I think they want to do is they want to create civil war. If they create civil war, we're busy shooting ourselves, and then we'll never go with the outside force. We'll never have to deal with that. And so they're stirring it up with the gay rights and racism and Jewish and you name it, they've got it going on, so they can, going to crush each other. And who's doing it? Mass media. So I think we need to rise above all of that. Why are we doing this? We're fighting one another. And they started with the Democrats and Republicans. So the people that are in charge are showing us how we shouldn't get along and teaching us so that we basically shoot ourselves in the foot. So we can't really defend ourselves from an outside force.
Well, and don't forget about everything going on with what I call Trumpism, meaning you have both sides arguing over whether or not Trump is bad or good and this and that. You have religious arguments and debates about Trump. So that's another thing.
Yes, and I think people forget about their own Bible that they're supposed to be reading, which is love thy enemy. So how do you love thy enemy? By saying, let's blow them off the face of the earth.
Exactly.
Not sure if those two... I don't think those two are connecting. And, we're supposed to have, love that is basically, I blanked on my mind, but basically, all forgiving kind of love. And we don't have that. Unconditional, that's the word I'm looking for. So we're supposed to have unconditional love for each other, but we don't have that even in our own churches. So how do we practice that outside the church if we can't even practice it inside the church? This is one of the reasons I got out of organized religion. I'm not going to give up my faith of God. I'm not going to give up my faith of what I believe love is and what I believe acceptance is. But when we're hating, and in their own Bibles they don't even read, but hate is as the word murder. So if you're hating somebody or hating racism or you're hating a black person or you're hating a white person or you're hating an Asian, just so you know, the lower levels, when you speak to Chinese people, the actual people, not the upper levels, they love America. I mean, they love America. I mean, like, they love America.
Let me add this. Here's another thing a lot of people don't know. I'm going to name two leaders that we hate. Not me personally or you, but as a nation, because we get misinformation. And that is Assad and even Kim Jong-un. Let me just share this. Kim Jong-un wanted to speak to our government some time ago and try to work something out, but we refused to speak to him. We said we don't speak to what do you call it? Like Hitler was.
Right.
You know what I'm talking
type
about.
Nations.
We don't speak to them. We don't. So we turn him down. The other guy, Assad, he gets blamed all the time for doing all these things, but he's not doing it. And I don't believe he is. I think that our government puts out that stuff, or these dark forces in our government, to make us think that they're doing this so that we will have war, when in fact Assad isn't. Notice they never have Assad talking about how he did this.
I will say this, though. I find it interesting. The mass media is proponing the war. Even people like Sean Hannity, and people go, oh, I love Sean Hannity. And I go, well, yeah, he's okay. But here's what he said this week. beheadings on Facebook. Okay, he thinks that we should all be able to not have censorship and be able to watch that because we need to see how evil really is. And I thought, have you lost your mind? So that's like saying a woman got raped. And so we say, oh, well, we don't really know how evil that is. So can we watch you get raped so we know how evil that is? I mean, I don't understand this. And this is where, and if you look at Sean wants war. He pushes war all the time. Let's take him out. Let's take him out. You know, Michael Savage, another major talk show host, take him out, you know. But when, you know, you look at Syria, you know, that was us. And then we turn around and drop, you know, tomahawks on top of them and never, ever investigating. So this is not, I'm anti-American, but I'm anti-corruption. So this is, and unfortunately, religion has been toasted too. So, you know, I've heard about the September 23rd, you know, that we're going to have this major prophecy and blah, 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 and the rapture and all. And I'm like going, are you kidding me? I can say right now, thus saith the Lord, it'll never happen on September 23rd, 2017. There you go. And the reason I say that is because if they read their own Bibles, no man knows the day or hour. So how can you say it's on this day? How can you? I just don't understand people. So we're starting to fight with ourselves. Everybody's against the Christians, Christians against Muslims. So they're stirring many pots at one time, and they want us to literally rise up and shoot each other in the foot kind of idea while they get ready to play the biggest scam on us of all times. Nobody even seems to care about the chemtrails that are going on, or the fact that Harvard University came out and blatantly said, we are going to start spraying you as of the spring of 2017. That is illegal. We have not said that this is okay. So they're putting chemicals in the air against our will, and nobody cares. Nobody says anything. Why? Because we got to watch the media, because then we need to fight against the Muslims, and we need to fight against the Christians, and we need to fight against the blacks, and we need to I'm tired.
Well, that's because there is a ton of deception. There is religious deception right now where, okay, there's a ton of prophecies floating around, and some of them are true and real and truly from God. In fact, I've received a few of them recently from people, and the Lord confirmed on many ways that they were true. But then some of them are people who are either purposely putting them out to mislead people, or people who just don't ask for confirmation and they just blurt it out. And whenever I see people quoting exact dates, that's when I step aside or sit back and think, you know, I have people that write to me and say, God told me the date. Can I please be on your show? And I don't respond back. And if I do, I say, yeah, I don't get into the dates, but there is a lot of deception, disinformation, misinformation, you name it, everything to create havoc and panic and outright fear and worry. And people think that I'm a fear monger because I put out stuff that God speaks to me, but God doesn't do that because he wants to cause fear. God speaks those things to warn the people so that the people will get prepared, which brings me to another point. A lot of people don't think about their health, and what are they going to do when the stuff hits the fan and they don't have access to anything? You know, they're not thinking about where are they going to get stuff to make themselves feel better, or to get over illness that they might come across and whatnot. So your company, Get the Tea at getthetea.com, you have an amazing tea that cleans people out and really makes you feel better. You have all sorts of other products, olive leaf, you name it. You have moringa, a bunch of products. So why don't you tell the people about what you can offer them to help them to feel better, so they have the strength to think clearly, to be well, and to just feel good.
Well, let's put it in a nutshell. When the bad times, whether it's an economy fall, whether it's going to be war, civil war, outside war, nuclear war, doesn't matter, the hospitals and the urgent cares are going to collapse like a wet taco. So you're going to be left, if they are running at all, there's going to be a line that's going to wrap around the building probably about 3 or 4 times, and you're going to be standing out in the cold or in the heat waiting for your time to get your appointment. And you think you're treated rude now by physicians, wait till you see what happens then. With all this being said, it's probably a good idea. Unfortunately, we didn't need to supplement, 40, 50 years ago, but we don't really have food now. We have substance. So we need the supplements so that we can do better, keep a healthy lifestyle, maintain, so on and so forth. If it was me, which of course, obviously I have the company, so I'm kind of good. I would want to have a few things in the closet to make sure that if something bad happened, that I'm kind of good to go. And that's why I put together the big three. And it's, if you go into getthetea.com and just kind of scroll down, you'll see the special. You actually save money by having these 3 items. And it's actually becoming so popular, people are buying 2 and 3 at a time. So they're buying 6 or 9 items because it's so awesome. The tea, obviously cleaning your colon, which is cleansing you from heavy metals and all kinds of garbage that you might, bad water, whatever, it will help you. The second thing is most people have gut problems, they have stomach problems, and the colostrum is a big help. So you have the colostrum and that'll help your stomach. Third thing is the Allison Advance, which is, I have to reword it because I don't want to say wrong things. It would be the warriors, which are the herbs, are going to fight the intruders, anything that comes in, so that you can keep and maintain your health. So in other words, you won't go down, you won't be sick. So maintaining your good health, that is something, and wonderful, only a pill a day. So these 3 things are put together as called the big 3, and you save some money. So I personally, even if I didn't own this company, I would have backstock, you call it, and that's what we used to call it in the grocery business, backstock of these products, so that if something happened to where we couldn't get good products, or we couldn't get something, or the hospital care failed, or which it's going to, we heard it out of the Trump's mouth. He said, we're just going to let it implode. That, I can't believe he said that, but that's what he said. So what do you think when implode means? They're all of a sudden going to have something right there? Well, if it's bad time in war, they're really not going to care about your health bill when war is going on, or civil war for that matter. So it's something really important that you can grab, and I would recommend it. It's scary in the news too, is why Obama is hanging around. There's a whole nother time. We'll have to talk about that sometime. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming down the pike. This is not to give anybody fear, but being ready is a smart idea. But on the same token, things could get darker before we see the light. So just be prepared for that darkness. It's kind of like, well, you better have a flashlight. So that kind of idea,
You said Obama's still hanging around. Then wait, maybe he actually did get the tea, and that's why he's still hanging around and having some problems.
That could be. Yeah, I gotta stay near the bathroom.
Yeah, You need to look through your customers and see if you see a Barack Obama in there, or what is it, Barry Soetoro? Barry Soetoro.
Barry Soetoro. Yes, it'd be Barry Soetoro.
Yeah, see if they're in there.
Hey, Barry, going to Washington. Okay, I got it.
Or it could be a Michael Obama in there too.
Yeah, it definitely could. So, yeah, it's funny because we actually have some congressmen and some, senators that buy from us. So, they kind of hide it, but, that's okay. But we don't say names, but we do have some. And I'm hoping, maybe those people make the right changes in life because they're cleaner. I don't know.
Well, everybody needs Get the Tea. That's why it's called Get the Tea. So I use it myself, and it works great and makes you feel a lot better. In fact, you notice results almost instantly. I'd say some people are different. It might take them a little longer, but a lot of people I know personally that use it seem to notice differences pretty soon after they start drinking it.
Pretty much, yeah. It's different on every person, but if it's too strong for you, you just back it off. If it's not strong enough, then you drink a little more. So every body is different.
That's right. Everybody is different. So, I can guarantee one thing. It's going to clean you out no matter who you are. So that's good news, as well as the other products you were talking about. In fact, I use a lot of your products, and they all work great. I love them. And it's only when I stop taking them because I get busy and forget. That's my biggest thing, is remembering to take stuff, and I don't get thirsty a lot, so I have to force myself to remember to drink enough fluids. So it's only when I get lazy about it that I'll notice that I'm not feeling as good.
Well, there's a lot of things going on. I mean, we have the National Vaccine Information Center, and they're talking about all these vaccines that are coming forward. And then you have a bill, which is, let me see what this is. Oh, this is for the Harvard University, and how they're absolutely telling you they're going to be spraying, and it's their whole solar geoengineering research program, which is a big bunch of bull. So I myself, I drink the tea every single day, and I don't know why anybody else would not want to do that.
Because this stuff is good. And I just want to tell the listeners out there, if you have not tried the tea, go to getthetea.com and get yourself some today and start drinking it, and you will notice the results. And also mention that you heard about it on the Lynn Liaz show, and let Ronnie know, because that helps me, because he does sponsor me so that I can bring you the truth as much as I do, because it would be hard for me to do this all the time as much as I do if I did not have sponsors like Ronnie. So be sure and mention Lynn Liaz. Ronnie, I would like for you to mention your YouTube channel to the listeners and anything else that you might want to say in closing here that you feel is important.
Health Matters Now is the YouTube channel, YouTube. And let me just say this, for those of you that like Lynn's program and you behind her 100%, just so you know, I don't know if she's talked about it or not, but the Google ads have changed, and most of the pay that they get is dropped by about 90%, which means financial ouch. So by saying, hey, I heard this on Lynn Liaz, I'm behind her, you know, and buying the product, you're getting kind of two whacks. One, you're getting a good thing because you're helping Lynn. The second thing you're getting is you're taking care of your body. So even if you just buy one thing, just one product, then you can really kind of change things for you and for her. It's all a good thing. So just be thinking that, and please let us know that you heard it on Lynn.
There's a big boycott going on right now with YouTube advertisers. Fortunately, I heard today that they should reach agreement here soon within the next week or so, or couple weeks. But there's been a big boycott going on with the advertisers, and their biggest name advertisers are boycotting right now. Apparently there was a Coca-Cola ad on a video for a country song that had a racist mentioning in it. So some people filed a suit. I think they filed a suit against AdSense or Google or YouTube or something like that. And then they got other people involved. So it's like 90% less that we make on our monetization. And that's a big chunk. So yeah, right now.
And the real information is they're starving out all the alternative media, so the truth won't get out there, and they're using the advertisers to do that. The other side of that coin is the advertisers are losing a lot of money. So they're going, yeah, hey, we need to be out there. So
yeah, the advertisers are losing money by doing this. YouTube, AdSense or whatever they use, they're losing money. And those of us who are doing this are losing money. But hey, you know what? Even while this has been going on, I've been putting out my best videos over the last month, because that's not my passion. Yes, it hurts, but my passion and my drive is the truth. And this channel belongs to God, and I work for him. So although it does hurt, that's not a good thing. That's not my passion, because like I said, I've really been putting out a ton of videos this month, regardless of that, wanting to reach people with the truth, because I have a sense of urgency in my spirit. So anyways, everybody go to getthetea.com, check out Ronnie's products. Please help to support me, and mention my name if you order anything, and let yourself be healthy and well and feel better, because there is a lot of stress, and stress is very hard on our bodies. I use his products, and I can tell you wholeheartedly, 100%, that they do work. It will be one of the best things that you ever did. Well, thank you so much, Ronnie. And I can't wait to talk with you again next month, which is coming up very soon. And I really appreciate you coming on my show and sharing the truth about health information, as well as just shooting the stuff with me back and forth about political issues that are going on and having fun. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for having me on the show. Be good and be well.
You too. God bless you. And thanks a lot.